I'm Mundra Rajapaksha. From this video series, we are going to help you for your oral mathematics paper. If we discuss about the structure of the paper, the oral mathematics paper comes as two papers, as paper 1 and paper 2. First we discuss about the paper 1. Paper 1 is a 2-hour paper and it contains 25 short form questions in part A and 5 other questions in part B. You have to answer all questions on the paper itself. Then we discuss about the paper 2. Paper 2 is a 3-hour paper. It contains essay type questions only. You have to use extra papers to answer for the paper 2. Paper 2 contains part A and part B and 6 questions of each. But you have to answer all 10 questions as 5 questions from each part A and part B. So, today we are going to discuss 2019 paper 1. Here we will discuss paper 1 part A. Look at the paper. The question 1. Customs duty of 9% is charged for a certain item that is imported. If the value of this item is 1000 rupees, find the amount that has to be paid as customs duty. Then what is the value of the item? The item is 1000 rupees. The first question, the value of the item is 1000 rupees. And we have to pay 9% as customs duty. Then 1000 rupees into 9%. This is the amount we have to pay as customs duty. And then we simplify. Then 9 into 60 is 540 rupees. This is the answer for the first question. Then look at the question number 2. Find the factors x squared plus 3x minus 10. What's the question? Find the factors of x squared plus 3x minus 10. This is a quadratic expression. How we can simplify this one? We have to get the product of the first term and the numerical term, that means the third term. Product of these two terms is minus 10x squared minus 10x squared, and we have to divide the middle term into two terms. The product of these two terms should be equal to minus 10x squared, and the sum of these two terms should be equal to the middle term. For that, we can find the factors of minus 10x squared. Then minus 10 means 1 into 10 or the 10 means 2 into 5. We can get 2 into 5 or 1 into 10. Then here the plus 3 should be remain. The sum of the two terms should be plus 3. Then we can get plus 5 and minus 2. To get the x squared, both terms should be the x terms. Then we can get positive 5x and the minus 2x. We can divide this middle term into two terms likewise. And then the next step, the x squared plus 5x minus 2x minus 10. Then pair the terms. First pair, x is common here. Then take it out of the bracket. Here remains x and plus 5. Here minus 2 is common. Take it out of the bracket. X plus 5 is remain. Then there are another two terms. Both terms contain x plus 5. Then it is the common term. X plus 5 is the common term. Here remains x and here remains minus 2. This is the factors of the given quadratic expressions. is the answer for the question number 2. Okay. Then look at the question number 3. Read the question. Find the value of x according to the information given in the figure. In the question number 3, this figure is given. There is a triangle. One angle is 100 degrees and another two angles are x degrees. Then we have to find the value of x. What's the method? You know, the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. Then we can write the 100 plus x plus x should be equal to 180 degrees. Sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Then we can simplify. Here x plus x, 2x equal to 180 minus 100. That means 80 degrees. Then x should be equal to 80 degrees divided by 2, 40 degrees. This is the answer for question 3. Okay. Then look at the question number 4. If it is given that log 2 base a equal to 5, write the value of a as a power of 2. What's the question? Here it is given log 2 base a. Log 2 base a is equal to, what's the value? 5. Then we have to express this term as a power of 2. What's the theory? We know if we get a log notation, I get a simple example. The log 10 base 100. Log 10 base 100 is equal to 2. This is the log notation. We can write the same thing in the index notation as 10 to the power 2 is equal to 100. 10 to the power 2 is equal to 100. Then here 10 is the base. 2 is the index. This is the index. Then when we log the log notation, here 10 is the base, 2 is the index. This is the base, this is the index. Then 10 to the power 2 should equal to 100. That's the theory. And then likewise, we can get the answer for this question. Then 2 to the power 5 should equal to 8. 2 to the power 5 should equal to 8. This is the base, this is the index, and this is the numerical value. And then, therefore, the answer is 2 to the power 5 should equal to 8. This is the answer. Then look at the question number 5. Find the time it takes to fill a tank of capacity 420 liters using a pipe, through which water flows at a rate of 60 liters per minute. How we can solve this question? In the question say, water flows rate of 60 liters per minute. That means for 1 minute, 60 liters will flow through the pipe. Then what is the capacity of the tank? It is 420 liters. It is 420 liters. Then how many minutes it will require to fill 420 liters? How we can calculate? Then for 60 liters, it is 1 minute. Then for 420 liters, then it will take 7 into 1, 7 minutes. The time taken to fill the tank is 7 minutes. This is the answer for question number 5. Then look at the question number 6. The point A, B, C and D lie on the circle shown in the figure. ABC angle equal to 100 degrees and CAB angle equal to 30 degrees. Find the value of x. In the question number 6, this figure is given. This is a circle and we have to find 30 degree and this ABC angle is 100 degree, and we have to find the value of x. You can see here AB is a same segment, and then the ACB angle and the ADB angles are the same segment angles. These two angles are the same segment angles. Therefore, this angle should be equal to this angle. That means x is equal to ACB angle. ACB angle. X equal to ACB angle. That's the reason. The same segment angles are equal. Then, if we know this angle, we can find the value of x. How we can find the value of ACB? This is the ACB. Look at the ABC triangle. ABC, this is a triangle. These two angles are given. Then we can find this angle. Since sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Then we can write 30 degree plus 100 degrees plus ACB. Angle is equal to 180 degrees. Then what is the value of ACB? Is equal to 180 minus 130. Then it is equal to 50 degrees. Therefore, we can write the x is equal to 50 degrees. X is equal to 50 degrees. This is the answer for question number 6. Then look at the question number 7. The base radius of a solid trite circular cylinder is 7 cm. Its height is 10 cm. Find the area of the curved surface of the cylinder. Use 22/7 for the value of 5. Then, in the question number 7 is given. There is a solid cylinder and the radius of the base circular surface is 7 centimeters. This is 7 centimeters. This is the radius of the base. And the height is given as 10 centimeters. This height is given as 10 centimeters. Then we have to find the curved surface area. Then the circumference of the base. Circumference of the base is 2 pi r. Since this is a circle, it is 2 pi r. And then 2 pi r into h. 2 pi r into h will be the curved surface area. 2 pi r. They are the top surface area and the bottom surface area. No need to find. They only ask about the curved surface area. Then it is 2 pi r into h. Then we can simplify. 2 into 22/7. The r means 7 centimeters and h means 10 centimeters. Then centimeters into centimeters, it will be centimeters squared. And then we can simplify. 7 will be cancelled out. 22 into 2, 44 into 10, 440 cubic centimeter, 440 centimeters squared. This is the answer for question number 7. Then look at the question number 8. Find the gradient of the straight line represented by AB in the figure. In the question number 8, this figure is given. Okay, this is a graph. We have to find the gradient of AB graph. What's the method? The gradient symbol M is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Then we have to select two coordinates. This is the one coordinate and this is another coordinate. We can select these two coordinates, or we can select this one because here coordinates are no. Here 0, 2 coordinate. Or we can select these two. I'll select these two coordinates. And then what is here coordinate? This is 1, 4 and the second one is 2, 6. Then we can find the gradient. Then y2 minus y1. 6 minus 4. Divide by x2 minus x1. The 2 minus 1. Then here the 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Then 2 is the answer. 2 over 1 is 2. 2 is the answer. Then look at the question number 9. In the question number 9, simplify ax over 2 divided by 3a over 4x. This is a fraction divided by another fraction. How we can simplify this sum? Then we have to write the first fraction as it is, ax over 2. Then we can convert division into a multiplication with reciprocal of the second term. Then multiply the reciprocal. We have to bring the denominator into the numerator and the numerator into the denominator. 4x over 3a. This is the method. Then we can simplify. Then a terms will be cancelled out and 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then 2 into x. 2x squared divided by 3 into 1, 3. Then we can't further simplify this sum. This is the answer for question number 9. Then look at the question number 10. In the given figure, the side CB of the right angle triangle ABC is produced to F. The midpoint of AB and CB are E and D respectively. If DEB equal to 50 degrees, find the magnitude of EBF angle. Then, this figure is given in the question number 10. Okay. This figure is given in the question number 10. Here, we have to find EBF angle. EBF angle. What's the method? Look carefully here. AE equal to EB. That means E is the midpoint of AB. And CD is equal to DB. That means D is the midpoint of CB. And ABC is a triangle. The D and E are the midpoint of two sides of the triangle. Then since these are the two midpoints, the DE will parallel to the third side of the triangle. That means we can write here the DE will parallel to AC. DE will parallel to AC according to the midpoint theorem. Then since these two lines are parallel, what can say about these two angles? These the corresponding angles are equal. This is 90 degree, then this should be the 90 degree. That means EDB angle equal to 90 degrees because the corresponding angles are equal. Then we know this angle and this angle. We have to find this one. Then this is the exterior angle to the DED triangle. This exterior angle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. That means EBF angle will equal to sum of interior opposite angles. That means 50 plus 90 degrees. 50 degrees plus 90 degrees. Then EBF angle will equal to 50 plus 90, 140 degrees. This is the answer for question number 10. look at the question number 11. Read the question. Solve 2x squared minus 8 equals 0. Question number 11. Solve 2x squared minus 8 equal to 0. This is an equation. How we can simplify? We have to find the value of x. Then we can bring the numerical terms to the right side. 2x squared equal to minus 8 turns to positive 8. Positive 8. We can divide both sides by 2. X squared is equal to 4. 8 divided by 2, 4. Then we have to find the x. Then we can, x is the square root of both sides. We can have to get the square root of both sides. Then x is equal to square root of 4. Square root of 4 means it can be a positive value of minus 2. It can be positive 2 or minus 2. Because minus 2 into minus 2 is positive 4. And positive 2 into positive 2 also positive 4. Then there are two answers. Therefore, x can be positive 2 and x can be negative 2. These are the answers for question number 11. Then look at the question number 12. A man takes a loan of 5,000 rupees for 2 years at an annual interest of 8% with the interest compounded annually. How much is the interest for the second year for this loan amount? What is the loan amount? The loan amount is 5,000 rupees. This is the loan amount and the annual interest is 8% and the loan is taken for 2 years, but the interest will be compounded annually. Then, what is the amount? This is the amount at the beginning of the first year, the loan amount. What is the end of the first year? Amount means this should be added the interest to the loan amount. Then, the 8% of 5,000 will be added within first year. Then we can simplify the 8 into 5 is 4,000 rupees. This is the interest for the first year. This is the interest for the first year. Then what is the total amount at the end of the first year or at the beginning of the second year? At the beginning of the second year, the amount will be 5,000 plus 400 rupees. This is the 5,400 rupees. This is the 5,400 rupees. This is the amount at the beginning of the second year. Then we have to calculate the interest amount for the second year at the end of the second year. Then at the beginning of the second year, the amount is 5,400. We have to pay interest, the 8% of this amount. 65. 8 into 4 is 2, 3 is remain, and 8 into 5 is 40, 45 is 43. Then this is 432 has to pay at the end of the second year as interest. Then look at the question number 13. Cyclic quadrilateral ABCD is shown in the figure. The side AB is produced to E. Moreover, BCD angle equal to 120 degrees and CBE angle equal to 70 degrees. Find the value of x and y according to the given information. Okay. In 13th question, this figure is given. This is a ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral because these 4 points are located on a circumference of the same circle. Then ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. We have to find the value of x and y. This angle given as 120, this angle is 70 degrees. First we can find the value of x. What's the method? Here, the CBE, that means 70 degree. This is the exterior angle to the ABCD cyclic quadrilateral. Then exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angle. Exterior angle equal to interior opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. Then it is easy. X will be directly equal to 70 degrees. This is the value of x. Then how we can find the value of y? Then look at here. 120 degrees and y are the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. The opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That means their sum is 180 degrees. And we can write y plus 120 degrees. Y plus 120 degrees equal to 180 degrees. That means y will equal to 180 minus 120. Y will equal to this minus this one, 60 degrees. This is the answer for question number 13. Then look at the question number 14. Read the question first. The students in a certain school who study the subjects art, dancing and music are represented by the pie chart. If the number of students who study music is 45, how many students study dancing? Question number 14. There is a pie chart is given. And then this is 90 degree. The 90 degree angle is represented music. And another 210 degrees. 210 degrees represented art subject. And remaining parts of the circle will represent dancing. This is for dancing. We have to find how many students who will study dancing. Here, the angle for the music is 90 degree and the number of students who will study music is 45. The number of students who will study music is 45. That means the 90 degree will represent 45 students. Then we have to find this angle will represent how many students. That is the method. First we have to find this angle. Then the 90 degree plus 210 degree plus this angle should be equal to 360 degrees because these three angles are angles around a point. It is 360 degrees. Then this angle for the dancing. Angle for dancing is equal to 360 subtract sum of these two angles. 210 plus 90. 210 plus 90. 360 subtract 300. Then this is 60 degrees. This angle means 60 degrees. Then we can find the number of students that is represented by 60 degrees. 90 degrees represents 45 students. And then 60 degrees will represent how many students? For 90 degrees, it is 45 students. And then for 60 degrees, if we divide these two by 30, divided by 30 is 2. 60 divided by 90 is 3. Then we can divide here 3 by 1. Then here 15. Then 15 into 2, it is 30. That means 30 students will be study dancing. This is the answer for question number 14. Then look at the question number 15. Express the sixth term in the geometric progression 9, 27, 81 as a power of 3. What is the equation for finding the term in geometric progression? 15 is given, 9, 27, 81, and it will continue. Here we have to find the sixth term. The equation for the term is Tn equal AR to the power n minus 1. The n means the which term? The number of term. Then A is the first value of first term. R means the common ratio. R is the common ratio. This n is the same n. First we have to find the value of R. The common ratio means common ratio is equal to any term divided by the previous term. Any term divided by the previous term. If I select the 27th term, divided by previous term is 9. Then the common ratio is 3. Then what is the value of A? A is the first term. This geometric progression, the first term is 9. The first term is 9. And then what is the value of n? We have to find the sixth term. We have to find the sixth term. Then n equal to 6. That means T6 will be equal to 9 into R is 3 to the power 6 minus 1 is 9 into 3 to the power 12. This is the answer for the sixth term. But we can't keep the answer like this because this is a power of 3, but this term is not the power of 3. We have to convert this into a power of 3 because the question asks to keep the answer as a power of 3. Then 9 means 3 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 5. Then the base is same. With multiplication, powers will be added. 5 plus 2 is 7. Then the sixth term will be equal to 3 to the power 7. This is the answer for question number 15. Then look at the question number 16. A parallelogram ABCD is given in the figure. For each statement in the table, if it is correct, mark a tick in front of it, and if it is incorrect, mark a cross in front of it. Then look at this slide, parallelogram is given. ABCD is a parallelogram. Then if it is a parallelogram, the AB should parallel to CD. The opposite sides are parallel to each other. Then AD is parallel to BC since this is a parallelogram. Then the first statement. Area of the triangle ABD is equal to half of the area of the parallelogram ABCD. Then ABD, this is a triangle. The area of this one is equal to the half of the area of this whole parallelogram. Is it correct? Is it correct? Look at here. Then BD is the diagonal of given parallelogram. The diagonal of a parallelogram will bisect the area of a parallelogram. That means the first statement is correct. That means the first statement is correct. The area of ABD triangle is equal to half of the area of ABCD parallelogram. It is correct. And then look at the second statement. The diagonal DB bisect ADC angle. The diagonal DB. This is the diagonal. The statement is the diagonal bisect this angle. Is it correct? Look at carefully. Since this is a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel to each other. And then if I select this angle as x, this angle will equal to this one. Because these are the alternate angles are equal. And if this angle is y, this angle equal to y. The alternate angles are equal. And then this triangle is, these two triangles are identical to each other because this angle is equal to this angle. Therefore, the x can't be equal to y. X can't be equal to y. Then x is not equal to y. That means DD is not the bisector of this angle. That means the second statement is wrong. The second statement is wrong. Then look at the question number 17. Find the least common multiple of the following three algebraic terms: 3x squared, 6xy and 2y. 3x squared, 6xy and 2y. How we can find the least common multiple? We have to find the factors of each term. 3x squared means 3 into x into x. The 6 means 2 into 3. 2 into 3 into x into y. And 2y means 2 into y. 2 into y. And to get the least common multiple, we have to take the highest index of each factor. Highest index of each factor. Look at here. Here. Power of 3 is 1. 3 to the power 1. Only one 3 is there. Power of x, x into x. Power of x is x to the power 2. Here. 2 to the power 1. 3 to the power 1 and x to the power 1 and y to the power 1. Here. 2 to the power 1 and y to the power 1. Then what is the least common multiple? Is equal to, first we get the lowest number, is 2. Here 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 1, and in this term there is no any 2 terms. Then the highest index of 2 is 1. Then 2 to the power 1 into. Then the next number is 3. What is the highest index of 3? Here 1, and here no any 3 terms. And then the highest index of 3 is 1. And then x terms. Then look at here, there is no any x terms. But here x to the power 1, here x to the power 2. We have to take only the highest index of the given factor. Then here we select only this one. Here x to the power 2 into the y terms. Here there is no any y terms. Here y to the power 1, y to the power 1. Highest index is 1. Any of these two. Then y to the power 1. This is the least common multiple. Then 2 into 3 is 6. 6x squared. Y is the least common multiple of these given 3 terms. Okay. Then look at the question number 18. Read the question. The center of the circle in the given figure is O. Find the value of x according to information indicated in it. Find the value of x. In the 18th one, it's given this like figure. What is this? This is a circle and the x means this one. ACB angle. We have to find the ACB angle. What is the method? You can see here ACB angle and AOB angle. Get here this one and this one. This angle is the angle subtended at the center. This angle is the angle subtended at the circumference of the circle by the same segment. What's the theorem? The angle subtended by the center is equal to the twice of the angle subtended and the remaining part of the circle. That means if this is x, this should be 2x. Okay. This is the 2x. Or we can write the AOB. AOB angle is equal to 2x. The angle subtended the angle subtended at the center is the twice of the angle subtended at the remaining part of the circle by the same segment. That's the theorem. Then, if we know the value of this angle, we can find x. If we know the value of this angle, we can find x. What is the method? Look at the ABO triangle. Here, O is the center of the circle. Therefore, AO should be equal to OB. This one is equal to this one. Because the radius of the same circle. AO and OB are the radius of the same circle. They are equal. Since these are equal, this angle should be equal to 55. Because this is an isosceles triangle and the opposite angles to the equal sides are equal. Then ABO angle is equal to 55 degrees. This is 55. And then what is the value of this one? We know the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. We can simplify. AOB angle plus 55 plus 55 equal to 180. That means AOB angle is equal to 180 minus 110. That means it is 70. Okay. Then here AOB equal to 70 degrees. That means 70 degrees equal to 2x. Then x is equal to 70 divided by 2. It is 35 degrees. Then the value of x is 35 degrees. Is it okay? Then look at the question number 19. Look at the question number 19. Two vertical pillars AB and CD located on a level ground are shown in the figure. This is the figure. When observed from D, the angle of elevation of B is 42 degrees and the angle of depression of A is 58 degrees. Represent this information in the figure. The angle of elevation. The angle of elevation when B is observed from D. Then, if a person is at D location and he is going to observe point B, then he should observe the point D along this path. This is the path. And then the angle of elevation. This is a horizontal one because this is a vertical axis and here this is 90 degrees. This is the horizontal one. Then it's horizontal. This angle of elevation is 42 degrees. We have to mark this one. And then look at the point A from D. The angle of depression. The angle of depression means the downward angle from the horizontal. Downward angle from the horizontal. The angle of depression. Horizontal axis is this one. Then this is the angle created to look at the point A. It is 58 degrees. It is 58 degrees. You have to mark these two angles in the given figure. This is the answer for question number 19. Okay. Then look at the question number 20. A bag contains 35 identical marbles. A certain number of them are white while the rest are black. If the probability of a marble picked randomly from the bag being black is 5 over 7, how many black marbles are there in the bag? The probability of a marble being black is 5 over 7. Then total number of marbles in the bag is 35. Out of 35, the 5 over 7 fraction is black. Then the number of black marbles is 5 over 7 of 35 marbles. 5 over 7 of 35 marbles. Then we can simplify. 5 over 7 of means multiplication into 35. Then 7 divided by 7 is 1. 7 divided by 35 divided by 7 is 5. Then 5 into 5 is 25. Then number of black marbles is 25. Number of black marbles is 25. Then look at the question number 21. Fill in the blanks in the following statement using suitable geometric terms. Look at the question number 21. Here, in the question number 21, this statement is given. The straight line joining the center of a circle to the something of a chord of the circle is something to the chord. Okay. There are 2 blanks to fill. There is a straight line joining the center of the circle to the something of a chord. And then center and the chord of a circle connected in this segment. If we get a circle like this, if this is the center, we can draw a chord like this. And then center and something of chord going to be joined. Then you have to remember here. We know if a straight line joining the center of a circle to the midpoint of the chord. The midpoint of the chord. The midpoint of the chord of the circle is perpendicular to the chord. This is perpendicular to this chord. This is the theorem. Then we can fill the blanks. The straight line joining the center of a circle to the midpoint of a chord. Here, midpoint. Midpoint of a chord of the circle is perpendicular to the chord. Here, this is the perpendicular. Perpendicular to the chord. This is the answer for question number 21. Then look at the question number 22. Find the value of x if there is a matrices is given. The multiplication of 2 matrices is given. In the question number 22, this one is given. Look at here. This is a question from matrices. And this is a one matrix and this is another matrix, and here the multiplication. Multiplication of these two matrices is equal to this matrix. We have to find the value of this x. What is the answer for this position? Then this answer we can get the multiplication of these two matrices. First we have to check whether we can multiply these two matrices. How we can check it? Here. This is in this matrix there are 2 rows and 2 columns. 2 rows and 2 columns. Then this is a 2 by 2 matrix. And here again another 2 rows and 2 columns. 2 rows into 2 columns. Then this is also a 2 by 2 matrix. And then if we first matrix number of columns should be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Here this number and this number should be equal. Here it is equal, then we can multiply these two matrices. What is the method? Here we can get the answer, this position. Answer for this position. What is the method? Here this position is the first row, first column. First row, first column. The first row means we have to select the first row in from the first matrix. In 3 into 3, 1. And first column. Then we have to select the first column from the second matrix. 2 minus 1. Then we have to multiply these two. Multiplication is done. Here 3 by 2 and here 1 into minus 1. We have to get the sum of these two multiplications. Then 3 into 2. 3 into 2 plus 1 into minus 1. 1 into minus 1. 3 into 2 is 6. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. It is equal to 5. And this is the answer for this position. Okay. Then look at this one here. This is the position, the second row, first column. Second row, first column. This is second row and the first column. Together, we have to select the second row from the first matrix. Minus 1, 2. And the first column from the second matrix. 2 minus 1. And then we have to multiply minus 1 by 2 and 2 by minus 1. Minus 1 into 2 means minus 2. 2 into minus 1 means minus 2. The sum of these two means minus 4. This is the answer for this position. And then this position. Here. This is the second row, second column. Second row, second column. Second row. Since it is second row, we have to get the second row from the first matrix. Minus 1, 2. And the second column. Therefore, we have to select the second column from the second matrix. Minus 1, positive 1. Minus 1, positive 1. Then we have to multiply. Here minus 1 into minus. Here first term with here first term. Minus 1 into minus 1. 2 into 1. Second term is here second term. Minus 1 into minus 1 is positive 1. Plus 2 into 1 means positive 2. Where 1 plus 2 is 3. This is the answer for this position. Likewise, we can find the answer for this position. What should be the answer? Here. This is the first row and the second column. First row. First row, therefore we have to select the first row from the first matrix. Then it is 3, 1. And the second column. Then we have to select the second column from the second matrix. Minus 1, positive 1. Then we have to multiply here first term with here first term and here first term with first term of this one. Then 3 into minus 1. 3 into minus 1 means minus 3. Plus positive 1 into positive 1 means positive 1. Minus 3 into positive 1 will equal to minus 2. And this is the answer for this position. That means we can write x is equal to minus 2. X equal to minus 2. This is the answer for question number 22. Then look at the question number 23. From the group of students who are represented in the given Venn diagram, the set of students who like mathematics is represented by A and the set of students who like science is represented by B. In the Venn diagram, shade the regions that represent the students who like only one of these subjects, who like only one of these two subjects. Then here this is the Venn diagram given in the question, and the set A. A represented the students who like to study mathematics and B represent the students who like to study science. We have to share the area, which area represented only the students who likes only study one subject. Okay, here. In this area means the intersect of A and B. Intersect of A and B means in this area represent the students who prefer to study the both subjects. But we have to select the students who prefer to study only one subject. It can be science or mathematics. Then from this area represents the students who only likely to study mathematics. And this area will represent the students who like study only science. In this area represent the students who prefer to study the both subjects. Then we can't share this area, only these two areas are the answer for the question. This is the answer for question number 23. Then look at the question number 24. Okay. A distance time graph that represents the motion of a motor vehicle is shown in the figure. Which part of the graph represents the motor vehicle traveling with the greatest speed? And what is this speed? In the question number 24, this graph is given. And we have to find in which part of the journey the motor car has the highest speed. That here the y-axis is distance, x-axis is time, then y divided by time. Y divided by x means the gradient. Y divided by x means the gradient, and then it is the distance divided by time. Y means the distance in kilometers. X means the time in hours. That means the gradient will represent the speed. The gradient will represent the speed. If the gradient is greater, that means the speed is greater. The speed is high. Look at here BC. BC is parallel to x-axis. That means gradient is 0. The speed is 0. And we have to compare the AB part or CB part. The motor car has the highest speed. Look at here 3 squares and here 2 squares. And here 2 squares, here 2 squares. Here this amount distance travel within 2 hours. Here the same amount of distance will travel within 3 hours. Then the gradient of this part is greater than the gradient of this part. That means the motor car will travel the highest speed from A to B. The motor car has the highest speed. And then what is this value? We can calculate using this equation. Then the speed is equal to distance from A to B. B coordinate is 120. A coordinate is 0, 0. And here the y-axis, the 120 minus 0. 120 minus 0 means 120 divided by x-axis. x2 minus x1. Here x value is 2. Here x value is 0. 2 minus 0 means 2. 2 hours, here kilometers. Then the speed is 120 divided by 2. It is 60 kilometers per hour. 60 kilometers per hour. This is the greatest speed of the motor car. Then look at the question number 25. A portion of the locus of a point that moves a constant distance of 5 meters from the given point A is indicated by the arc in this sketch. The straight line RS is at a distance of 7 meters from P, indicated by a sketch on this figure. How the points on the arc which are at a distance from 5 meters from the straight line RS also are found. Here this sketch is given. Okay. And this is the arc which is driven from 5 meters away from point P, and the RS is a line which is driven with the minimum distance to P is 7 meters. The minimum distance is 7 meters. This is 7 meters. Okay. We have to find the points. Points on this arc which are 5 meters away from RS lines. Which are 5 meters away from RS lines. The points on this arc which are 5 meters away from RS lines also. How we can find? We have to construct a 5 meter away line to the RS line. 5 meter away line to the RS line. You can see then it is a parallel line to the RS line like this, and it should be 5 meters away from this line. It should be 5 meters away from RS line. Okay, this whole gap is 7 meter, and then 5 meters should be in between the line and the P. And this is a line. Each point of this line is 5 meters away from this line. But here it has to fulfill two requirements. The point should on the arc, and also the point should 5 meters away from RS lines. Then the points are these points and these points only. These two requirements fulfilled by only these 2 points only, because these points are on the arc but they are not 5 meters away from the RS lines. These points 5 meters away from RS lines, but they are not on the arc. Okay. Therefore, these points and these points are only the points on the arc and also 5 meters away from the RS lines. Therefore, these are the answers. Okay. Here. Then, to construct this one, we have to use the knowledge about loci. The first locus we have to learn that the equidistance from point is a circle. Equidistance from point is a circle. And the next one is equidistance from 2 points is a bisect of this line. Equidistance from these 2 lines is a bisect of these lines. And equidistance from 2 lines is a bisect of this angle. It's a bisect of this angle. It's a bisect of this angle. And another locus is the locus of points which are equidistant from a line. Equidistant from a line, they are parallel lines to the given line, either up or down. Then this is a line which is parallel to this line, and this also parallel to this line, and this is equidistance line to this given line, and this is also equidistance line to the given line. This can be, if we get example, this can be 5 meter or 5 meter. This can be 3 meter or 3 meter line. Then these 3 lines are parallel to each other. Here, so to solve this question, we have considered only this one part. We have construct locus which is driven one side of, which is driven 5 meters away from RS, only the upside of the given RS line. Okay. Then we will discuss paper 1 part B. First look at question number 1. 7/15 of the total length of a train was dark on the first day, and 1/4 of the remaining length was dark on the second day. At the end of the first day, what fraction of the total length of the train remained to be dark? Then within first day, 7/15 of the train has dark. That means we can write question number 1, part 1. Within first day, the amount has dark is 15 minus 7 is 8. This is the remaining part. Then part 2. What fraction of the total length of the train was dug on the second day? The second day, it has been dug 1/4 of the remaining part. After first day, this is the remaining part. Within second day, 1/4 of the remaining has dug. Remaining is 8/15. Then this is 1/4 into 8/15. Then we can simplify to 2. Then within second day, 2/15 of the total length of the train has dug. Then part 3. At the end of first 2 days, a further length of 600 meters of the total length of the train remained to be dug. Find the total length of the train. After first 2 days, that means within first day, 7/15 of the total length has dug, and within second day, 2/15 of the total length of the train has dug. That means within first 2 days, first and second days, the 7/15 plus 2/15 has dug. It is 9/15 of the train has dug. Then what is the remaining part after first 2 days? This is the remaining part. Is equal, if the total length of the train is 1 minus 9/15. Then it is, we have to get the common denominator 15 here. 15 into 1 is 15. Subtract 9. Then it is 6/15. This is the remaining part. This is the remaining part. The amount of this fraction is given as 600 meters. That means the 6/15 of the train is equal to 600 meters. Then what is the total amount? What is the total length? Total length of the train. The total length means 15/15 as a fraction, or it is 1. Then we can get 4/6. It is 600 meters. 4/6 it is 600 meters. Then 4/15 is equal to here 100. 100 into 15 means 1500 meters. This is the total length of the train. Then look at part 4. It has been estimated that 4 men will require 3 days to dig the remaining 600 meters of the train. How many more men need to be engaged to dig this length in 2 days? First we have to calculate the amount of work. That means the number of men and number of days. There are 4 men. There are 4 men need to complete the work within 3 days. Then if we need to complete the same work within 2 days, how many men will be required? That's the question. Okay. Then what is the work? Amount of work. Amount of work means 400 into 3. It is 400 into 3. That means 12 man days. 12 man days. This is man days. Then if we need to finish within 2 days, how many men will be required? Then number of men needed. The number of men needed. Then the number of men needed. It is the amount of work divided by total number of men required to complete the work. But if the question asks how many more men needed, that means we have to calculate. Already there are 4 men. We have to calculate how many extra men will be needed. Then extra men needed. Sequence total is 6. Then already there is 4. Then this is the 6 minus 4 is the extra men needed. It is 2. Okay. Then look at question number 2. A sheet consists of portion ABCD in the shape of a trapezium and the semicircular portion with diameter BC as shown in the figure. Take the value of 5 as 22/7. It has been decided to attach small buttons along the edge of the semicircular portion starting from D and ending at C, such that the distance between every 2 adjacent buttons is 2 centimeters. How many buttons required for this? Then the buttons are going to be attached along this edge, only CD semicircular edge. This is a semicircular. Along this edge, the button is going to be attached. The gap between 2 consecutive buttons is 2 centimeters. We have to calculate how many buttons are required. Okay. You can see here there are 2 open ends. It is open-ended one. Okay, remember that thing. First, we have to calculate the length of this CD arc. First, we have to find the length. Length of CD arc. It is a semicircular and the diameter is given. We know if it is a circle, if the diameter is given, the circumference will be equal 5d. Okay, but here there is a semicircle, that means the length of CD arc is half of a circumference. Half into 5d. This is the diameter. Then we can simplify. Half into 22/7. 5 means 22/7 into D means diameter 14 centimeters. Then simplify. If we divide by 7, here 2, then it is 2 will be cancelled out. The 22 centimeters is the arc length of the CD. Then if you are going to attach buttons with 2 centimeter gaps, how many gaps in 22 centimeter length? Then number of gaps. Number of gaps equal number of gaps equal for 2 centimeters it is 1 gap. Then for 22 centimeters how many gaps? It is 11 gaps. Then this is an open-ended one, therefore number of buttons. Required is equal number of gap plus 1. Then it is 12. Okay. Why we need to add another one? Think like this. If this is a ruler and this is 2 open-ended one. Then if I going to attach some smaller buttons with equal gap, likewise here one button, here another button and another button. Okay. Then you can see how many gaps here. Here 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 gaps. 3 gaps. But how many buttons here? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 3 plus 1. Number of buttons will be needed here. Likewise, since this is CD arc is an open-ended one, the number of buttons is equal to number of gaps plus 1. It is 12. This is the answer. Then part 2. Calculate the total area of the sheet. You can see this is a combined figure. There is a semicircular part and this part is a trapezium shape. Okay. Then we have to add the area of this part and area of this part to get the total area of the whole figure. Then the area of the total area. The total area will be equal the area of the semicircular lamina. It is, if it is a circle, it is equal to 5r squared, but this is a semicircle, then we have to divide by 2. Plus area of the trapezium. Area of a trapezium means half into sum of two parallel sides, means 14 plus 16 into the perpendicular height, it is 10 centimeters. This is the total area of the figure. We have to simplify. 5 means 22 over 7 into r means, here the diameter is 14, then radius is half of this one, it is 7. Then 7 into r squared, 7 divided by 2, plus this half into 14 plus 16 is 30 into 10. Okay, then we can simplify. Here 7 will be cancelled out, and then here 2 will be cancelled out. 11, and here 2, here 5. Then here 11 into 7 means 77. This is the area of the semicircular part, plus 30 into 5, 150. This is the area of the trapezium part. Then the total area will be equal 227. What's the unit? It is centimeter squared. Centimeters into centimeters. Centimeter squared. This is the total area. Then part 3. If a rectangular sheet is made with its area equal to the area of the semicircular portion and its length equal to the length AD, then find its breadth. Okay, the length of the rectangle is AD. Length is AD means it is 10 centimeter. Length is 10 centimeter. Breadth means we have to find. Breadth we have to find. The area of the rectangle is length into breadth will equal to the area of the semicircular part. Area of the semicircular portion is 77. Is equal to 77. Then breadth of the rectangle equal to 77 divided by 10. It is 7.7 centimeters. It is 7.7 centimeters. Okay. Then question number 3. Kumar runs a business with an urban council limits. Part A. The assessed annual value of his business place is 40,000 rupees. The urban council charges annual rates of 22%. Find the amount that has to be paid as annual rates. The assessed annual value of his business is 40,000 rupees and he has to pay 22% as urban council charges. Then the annual rate equal to annual rates equal to 22% of 40,000 rupees. Then 2 zeros will be cancelled out. 22 into 4, 88 and 2 zeros. Then annual rates is 8,800 rupees. That means the Kumar has to pay, the Kumar's business has to pay 8,800 rupees annually as the urban council charges. Then part 2. How much does he have to pay as rates for a quarter? There are 4 quarters per year. There are 4 quarters per year. That means this is the amount he pays annually. That means this amount pays for 4 quarters per year. There are 4 quarters. Annual means for 1 year he pay 8,800 rupees. 1 1 year means there are 4 quarters. It is 8,800 rupees. We have to calculate for 1 quarter what amount he has to pay. For 1 quarter, can calculate 4 quarters, it is 8,800, and then for 1 quarter, then it is 2,200 rupees. Is 2,200 rupees. Then part B. Kumar pays 12,000 rupees as income tax for a year. Based on the above table, what is his annual income? In the question, this table is given. You can see this annual income and income tax. If the annual income is 500,000 rupees or less, then there is no need to pay any tax. It is tax free. And if the income is greater than 500,000, then have to pay some income tax. If the income is greater than 500,000 rupees, up to next 500,000 rupees, have to pay 4% as the income tax. And then the sum of these two is 1 million. If the income is greater than 1 million, for next 500,000 rupees, it has to pay 8% as the income tax. Okay. Then in the question say, the Kumar pays 12,000 rupees as income tax. That means Kumar is paying some amount as the income tax. That means his income is greater than 500,000 rupees. Because this amount is tax free, if the Kumar's income is 500,000 rupees or less, he is no needed to pay any tax, but he is paying 12,000 rupees. That means his income is greater than 500,000 rupees. He is paying income for that extra amount. Okay. Then we have to find the 12,000 paying means his income belongs to this category or this category. We can find, first we will try for this one, second rule. If the income is greater than 500,000 rupees, for extra amount he has to pay 4% income up to next 500,000 rupees. That means if the income is 100 rupees, he has to pay 4 rupees as the income tax. Then for 4 rupees, the income is 100 rupees. And then if the income tax is 12,000 rupees, what is the taxable income? What is the taxable income? In the taxable income means other than 500,000 rupees, what is the extra amount of the income? Then it is, you can simplify here 3, then it is 300,000 rupees. Okay. This is the taxable income. Then what is the total income? Total income means tax-free income plus taxable income. Tax-free income plus taxable income. Total income equal 500,000 rupees plus 300,000 rupees. Okay. That means total income is 800,000 rupees. Okay. Then look at question number 4. The following incomplete frequency distribution and corresponding incomplete histogram have been prepared using the marks obtained in test by 40 students in class. Here 10 to 20 denotes the marks interval greater than 10 and less than or equal 20. And the other intervals denote similarly. Okay. In the question, this table is given. In this table, here the marks interval and here the number of students belongs to the relevant groups. Okay. From this mark interval, the 10 to 20 means in this group belongs marks greater than 10 and equal or less than 20. That means 10 is not belongs to this group, but greater than 10 is belongs to this one. 20 is belongs to this one and less than 20 also belongs to this one. In this group means the marks greater than 20 or less or equal 40. That means in this group 10 is not included but 20 included. In this group 20 not included, 40 included, because in the question say in this group the means greater than 10 and equal or less than 20. Okay. Then look at the part 1. Complete the above frequency table and histogram. Okay. There is a table and a histogram is given. The x-axis labeled as marks, y-axis number of students. Okay. Then in the histogram you can see here 10 to 20. In this group there is a one group here. The number of students is 6. 6 into there is a one group here. Then here 20 to 40. 20 to 30 so one group, 30 to 40 another group. Then if we can label this, we can here, then here there are two groups. Here there are two groups. In this group number of students 4. In this group number of students 4. Then 4 plus 4 is 8. 20 to 40 number of students is 8. Then here we can write here 20 to 40 number of students is 8. Okay. Then 40 to 50. You can see here 40 to 50. Here only one group and the number of students is 7. 7 into 1. Then number of students is 7. Here. Then 50 to 80. 50 to 80 in the histogram. This is not completed one. We have to complete this one. 50 to 80. Number of students is 50 to 80. In this one, the total number of students is 50. The total number of students is 15 and there are 3 groups here. Then if divided by 3, there will be 5 students for one group. In this group, 5 students, here 5 students and here 5 students. Then we can complete this histogram. It should be 5 students. Then for this level, we can mark here 5 students. This is the complete histogram. Okay. And then 80 to 9. 80 to 90. The 80 to 90 from the histogram you can see there are 4 number of students. There are 4 students. Okay. Then the total number of students will be 40 and this is the histogram. Okay. Then part 2. Express the number of students who obtain more than 40 marks as a percentage of the total number of students. More than 40 marks. More than 40 marks means start from which group? Here 40. In this group 40 is included. But in this group 40 is excluded. 40 not belongs to this group. Okay. Then the marks greater than 40. More than 40 marks as a percentage of the total number of students. Then more than 40. Here in this group, students get less than 40 mark. In this group, less than or equal 40 mark. But from this group, greater than 40. Here greater than 40 and here greater than 40 marks. Then how many number of students who obtain greater than 40 marks? Means sum of these three. Sum of these three. 7 plus 15 plus 14. Okay. 7 plus 15 plus 4. 7 plus 15 plus 4 is equal to 26. Okay. Then we have to calculate the percentage of the total student. There are 40 total number of students. Out of 40, 26 obtain greater than 40 marks. Then percentage will equal 26 of 40 into 100%. 26 of 40 into 100%. Okay. This answer you will get as 65%. Here 65%. Okay. And then draw the frequency polygon on the histogram. Draw the frequency polygon on the histogram. To draw the frequency polygon, we have to find the midpoint of each group in the histogram. Then here, this point, and in this group, there are two groups here, okay? Then this is the one group, and then here and here, and here, and this group, this point, this group, this point, and this group, this point, and this group, this one. Okay, these are the points. And then we have to complete the frequency polygon. To complete the frequency polygon, we have to get the one group from upper end and lower end. And then here, next group is 90 to 100. Here middle is this one. Here the previous group is 0 to 10. Here middle is this one. Then we can complete these points. This one, this one. We have to complete the points. We have to join the adjacent points. Okay. We can't miss any point. We have to join adjacent points. And then this is the frequency polygon. You can get this one. Then look at question number 5. Part A. It is given that the first two symbols of a certain password are two different digits from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To choose the first digit of the password, a student randomly picks a card from 5 identical cards on each of which one of these digits is written. Then, without replacing it, he randomly picks another card to choose the second digit. Using the symbol of cross mark the sample space of the two digits on the cards that the student randomly picks on the given grid. In this question, this grid is given. The student is going to identify a password. In this password, for that he used the 5 identical cards. Each card numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then first he pick up one card and he is not going to replace it. Without replacing it, he is going to pick up the next one. We have to select the sample space for the second card. Then, if the first card numbered as 1, now this is not in the card collection. Now there are only 2, 3, 4, 5 is remaining. If we get first 1 as the first card, the second card may be 2, 3, 4 or 5. But it cannot, second card cannot be 1 because the first card is 1. If the first card is 2, second card can be 1. But second card cannot be 2. Second card can be 3, 5 or 3, 4 or 5. If the first card is 3, second card could be 1 or 2, but it can't be 3 and it could be 4 or 5. Okay. If the first card is 4, then second card could be 1, 2, 3, but it cannot be 4, it can be 5. If the first card is 5, The second card cannot be 5, but it can be 4, 3, 2 or 1. Then here the cross mark shows the sample space for the second card, the digit on the second card. Okay. Then part 2, it was later discovered that the first digit which was obtained for the password was odd, and this digit was less than the second one that was obtained. Indicate the event that satisfies these conditions on the sample space and obtain its probability. How you can get this one? First card should be an odd number. Odd number means if the first card is odd number, first card could be 1, 3 or 5. And the first number is less than the second number. That means second number is greater than the first number. Here, if the first number is 1, second number is 2, 3, 4 or 5. That means these four numbers are greater than 1. Then second number could be these 4. Second number could be these 4. And if the first number is 3, second number could be 1, 2, 4 or 5. But we have to select the numbers greater than 3. Then it is only 4 and 5. It is only 4 and 5. Then here, if the first number is 5, the second number could be these 4, but the second number should be greater than 5. But here these 4 numbers are less than 5, then second number cannot be one of these 4. Okay, then for the second number, the possible numbers are only these 2 spaces. Okay, then we can mark it as like this. Okay, this is the possible sample space for the second number. If the first number is odd number and the second number is greater than the first number, or the first number is less than the second number. Then we have to get the probability. It is probability. For the second number, the total sample space is 20. The number of cross marks is 20. Okay. For the second number, the total number of the sample space is 20. Out of 20, the second number could be only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6. This is the probability of getting a second number if the two numbers fulfill the given requirement. Then it is 3 over, we can simplify this one, it is 3 over 10. This is the probability of the event. This is the probability of the given event. Then part B. During a period when a certain disease was spreading, 20 males and 16 females who displayed the symptoms of this disease arrived to obtain medication from a physician. Although all the females actually had the disease, the probability of a person picked at random from among the males actually having the disease was 46. A portion of a tree diagram drawn to indicate the probability of a person picked at random from all these people being a male or a female and being a person having the disease or not having is shown below. Complete the tree diagram by indicating all the relevant probabilities. In here, within the considered period, there are 20 males and 16 females are arrived. Okay, then total there are 20 males and 16 females are arrived to the physician. 16 females are arrived to the physician. Then what is the sum of male and female? It is 20 plus. The total number of people equal 20 plus 16, it is 36. Out of 36, 20 are male. Out of 36, 16 are female. Okay, here we have in a tree diagram we have to write the probability on this line. Okay. Yeah. Then among the female, the all female has the disease. The all female have the disease. Then that means if we divide the among female having the disease and not having the disease, we can divide into two groups: having the disease and not having the disease. Okay. But in the question say all female have the disease, therefore it is probability of having the disease of female is 1, probability of not having the disease of female is 0. And again male group can be divided into 2 as having the disease and not having the disease. With disease and not having the disease. Out of male, probability of the having the disease was 0.6 of male. It is 0.6 having the disease. Then what is the probability of not having the disease? It is 1 minus 0.6. 1 minus 0.6 means 0.4. Okay. This is the, you can just write 0.4 here. And this is the complete tree diagram. Find the probability of a person picked at randomly being a person having the disease. Okay. Then having the disease means here from this line. Here having the disease, but here not having the disease. From this line having the disease and from this line not having the disease. Then we have to find the probability of these two. Okay. Then we can get probability of having the disease is 0.6 of 20 over 36, 0.6 of 20 over 36 plus 1 of 16 over 36. 1 of 16 over 36. Okay, you have to just multiply this number and this number and this number and this number. Okay, then we can get the sum here. 0.6 into 20 means 12. Here the common denominator is 36. Then plus 1 into 16 means 16. 12 plus 16 means 28. 28 over 36. We can simplify this one further. Both divided by 4. Then we can get 7 over 9. This is the probability of having a disease of the people. Okay. In this video we discussed 2019 Oral Mathematics Paper 1. I think it will be a great help for facing oral examination in this year. So you are welcome to join with our next video.